Hello everyone, my name is Kate, also known as Corpse Decay on all social media platforms. And today we will be reading some of your awesome Q&As that I have posted on my Instagram and made a Google form out of. And if you had any questions about me, my life, my style, or just anything you want to know, I'm here to answer them today. Hope y'all are all doing good, by the way. My week has been really stressful just due to school and everything. High school is so frustrating sometimes. But today I'm all dressed up because I went to a breakfast with Santa with my full art club from high school and with my girlfriend, and we just dressed up and took pictures, and I made some TikToks before this, and this is my little Christmas outfit. I'm a present, as you can tell. And then I also patched all of these this week. Well, not all of them, not the top one, but all the bottom ones I patched this week to be able to look cool for all the people looking at me. But with that out of the way, I hope y'all are doing well. And let's answer some questions, right? So question 1 says, how do you come up with outfits? I really just I love Pinterest, and I love Instagram. And when I see a piece that I like, such as leather or PVC or just anything ripped up and stuff, I usually just try to make it myself or try to find some type of fabric like it and just layer it with an outfit. Layering is really good in the goth subculture just because it is, an easy way to build an outfit, or just in case you're not so sure on what you want to do with your outfit and how it'll correlate to how you're feeling that day. You can always just layer some fabric or something. I usually get t-shirts from thrift stores, and I'll either use the fabric for those, or I will kind of cut them up and just make them my style, you know what I'm saying. This shirt I have on today, don't mind my bare shoulders, but this shirt I have on today, it is actually just a t-shirt that I got from the thrift store, and I didn't like the pattern, so I kind of turned it inside out. I mean, not the pattern, the t-shirt print, right? I didn't like it, so I just flipped that shirt inside out, cut the sleeves off, and this one actually has a Fear Cult patch on the back, but I normally don't use it for the back. I usually use it for the front, but I just felt like the Fear Cult just didn't go with this outfit. But I just take little pieces that I like from other people's clothing, or sometimes I'll draw out an outfit and be like, I like that, I can make that, or I need to I need to at least buy something cheap enough to be able to use and layer. I hope that helps. How did you discover Deathrock? So if you don't know me, I'm a pretty big Deathrock influencer in my community, and I like to use Deathrock to describe my style just because it's what is pretty well known as a goth subculture. It's what inspired a lot of goth people to just be strange and experiment with different types of just morbid and just eccentric makeup and performance and music, and it's really what inspired me to do what I do today. But how I discovered it was actually 8th grade. I was a huge Korn, Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, Slipknot fan. I loved all types of just loud music. I loved anything that was just well known to me because my parents also listened to like some new metal, some early rock, and some classic rock. But you know, I just kind of grew up with that, you know, different kinds of music, right? So I was actually like into it, you know, whatever. But in 8th grade, while I was into that stuff, I came across this song, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang by The Specimen. And it was just such an awakening for me whenever I first heard that song. I know this sounds kind of cringe, but like awakening being like, this is like, I don't know if I can say this on here. This is like kind of like I loved the sound. I was like, kiss kiss bang bang down the hallways, just strutting my stuff in middle school. This is what I want to be, you know. And I looked up Specimen, and I saw that they had this like very like dark and like just much just fashion and beauty in like in darkness. Deathrock just really spoke to me, and so I listened to the Specimen for a little bit. And then I got into other things. I got into Tragic Black. Over last summer, shaved my side of my head bald, you know, practiced doing what I thought was a mohawk, and then I started looking more into it and the fashion and hairstyles, and it's a death hawk, and I was like, this is amazing. I got some t-shirt and cut the sleeves off of it and cut it into a crop top, and then my girlfriend gave me a fishnet top. And then I got some pants from, I think it was JCPenney or something. They were like school pants. And I made some patches for them. And I got this cheap little belt with some chains on it. And I was just rocking my stuff. And that's just really what just really inspired me to get more into Deathrock. What haircut should I get for a death hawk, and how can I style for school? I would suggest getting a mullet just to start off. I've always kind of had a mullet. It's always just been kind of short up here and pretty long back there, or longer of length. And you know, whenever I like first did a death hawk, it was like kind of like regular hair down, right? And I was like teasing it, and I was like, okay, like this is really cool. So a haircut I would suggest is just getting like a mullet or some type of short and kind of long hairstyle. Not too short though, but like you could also. Or just get like, you know, have regular length hair and just shave your sides, and you can just easily tease it and it'll go right around. How should you style it for school? I've actually worn this hairstyle to school just because it's pretty short and it's not so long. And this is called a bihawk. I normally either do this, or this part is pretty short for me. So I usually just lay this down and then tease the back, and so it's like, I'll insert a picture here. It's pretty short and then pretty fluffy in the back, so it looks pretty cool. and I just look a little different for my high school, you know. What got you into makeup? What got me into makeup was, I think, like, I'm gonna be honest, like Pinterest and people on TikTok. TikTok was really a big inspiration for me, and just seeing all types of different people. Also, like corpse paint. I always thought corpse paint was really cool, and I wanted to try it. My only fear about starting makeup was that wanting to present more mask. I was just like, I don't know if makeup will be like cool for me, you know, wanting to be more mask and everything. And I just thought that I couldn't do it, you know, but I just put on a big wing and I got some black lipstick, and I just put it on, and I was just like, wow. And then I saw like a bunch of other goths with like white face paint, and white face paint has been around forever, and since like the early 80s, people were painting their face white and dressing up like vampires and going to goth clubs and all of that. All of those documentaries I watched about the makeup and the fashion of the goth subculture, I was just like, I want to do that, and I want to experiment with that, and I want to look creepy. I want to look like a vampire too. Like why live if you don't want to at least be a vampire like once, you know?
They wear white makeup, dress up in black, and look like the living dead. But they're not real-life vampires stalking the night. They're just part of the Gothic movement.
It's a way of expressing my sadness towards the whole world more than anything.
I find it a anti-society movement. I find society to be really bleak right now. I'd rather be dead than conform with it.
I have people asking all the time if I'm a vampire, if I'm a witch, and I just kind of smile and say, no.
When we dress like this, it's not because we want to drink blood and roam around at night, even though we do roam around at night.
Forget rave clubs. This vampire stuff is back in style.
I just kept practicing, and I discovered different styles, and drew out my own makeup ideas, and you know, just keep practicing and get different supplies. You know, if you've been using something for a little longer, I would suggest trying out something new, because you might like it and it might improve your skill. Either not really, because it's the same as what you were using, or it might just be as different as going from a little painted brush eyeliner to a pen liquid eyeliner. Now that is what I use. I went from those little cheap little elf dollar store ones to the Epic ink liner from NYX. Really changed the game. It was a lot easier to make fine lines with and everything. It was, you know, my hands are kind of shaky, so with the pen, it's just drawing on your face, and it's pretty easy. Tips for keeping makeup in place. So what I do right now, currently, is I mix a very light, neutral, you know, skin color foundation with the white base, if you're using white base, right? And I mix it on my hand, but you can use a mixing palette or anything that you want to use. And I apply it on my face, and then I use a beauty blender. Some people recommend a foundation brush. You just paint it on your face and then smooth it out. Now, that's a good idea. Have I found a good foundation brush yet? No. So, I haven't used that yet. But anyways, I set my face, let it dry a little bit, and then I use a good, like, 24-hour non-transferable setting powder. Now, for right now, I use the Airspun Translucent. It's been a really good powder for me recently. It just decreases the chance of getting like those smudges around your nose and around, I have kind of big cheeks when I smile, so it kind of like creases right here. But with that powder, it doesn't really crease at all. And I can use it with like, normal foundation, and it just won't go anywhere throughout the whole day. I mean, maybe like after like 8 hours or so, like after school, I'll have like smudges under my eyes or maybe around my lips or something, but that's about it. And I've had this makeup on for like not even like maybe 4 hours now. It still seems pretty laid. Like it's not really going anywhere. But yeah, I hope that helps. Piercings and body mods you want in the future. Some piercings I want the septum, I want I think it's the labret, not the vertical labret, but the one that goes like at the bottom of your lip. I want eyebrow piercings, I want a bridge, I want more ear piercings. I only have gauges. But I really want to make my gauges bigger. I kind of really want multiple gauges too. Like I only have one gauge. I want another one up here, and I might gauge my nose, like the sides of my, also get both sides of my nose and my septum, But I would like want to gauge the sides of my nose a little bit, and I'd probably gauge my labret, but like a little bit, because I don't have very big lips. I overline my lips so bad because I don't have any lips outside of goth makeup, right? Yeah, some of those piercings I want. Maybe in the future I'll come up with more body mods, but I'm not really sure what all I want right now. What type of fabric do you use for patches? The type of fabric I would recommend is like good like black jean fabric, or like just like really like like I think it's like coarse, like just like you have blue jeans, right? Just take some old blue jeans, cut a square, right? A little square or a circle or star, whatever you want to do. Paint over it with black acrylic paint if you're doing a black patch, or red or white or whatever, and let that dry, and then paint on top of that with white acrylic paint. But if you don't have any jeans or anything, t-shirt fabric works well. Just make sure it's not too soft. That's why I recommend jean fabric, because it's not too soft and it just goes well with clothes, and the paint sticks on it really well. So use jean fabric. If you don't have anything, use literally anything. I don't care. Just get the patches done. Get out of your bed and get those patches done, is what I gotta tell myself all the time. Most beloved clothing items. So my most treasured for right now, currently, I will probably make another Q&A, are these boots that I have on right now. These Demonia Stags, PVC, patent leather. These are my favorite right now. These are my babies. I was so happy when I got these, bro. Like, oh my god. Like, I was so close to like sleeping with them in my bed. Like, I love. They're super comfortable. People think that you can't walk in a big platform when it's a boot, but it's very like sturdy in the foot, and this is lined, so it's not like, it's not tough on you. It's very squishy, very like comfortable, but they're very easy to zip up, put on, and they have a big sole. So also it would probably be this jacket right now, just because this is the coolest jacket I own, other than my PVC zip up shirt. I wear this a lot with my cyber goth looks. It's probably my favorite. I think about wearing it like every single outfit. That's just because I'm very like fixated on PVC right now, If there's PVC anything, I want it. Also, it'd probably have to be these camel boots. These were my first pair of Demonia platform boots, which is shocking because I hadn't really had any platform before these. I was always wearing Converse and Vans and my DCs. But these are definitely were my shoes for when I started Deathrock. These were the staple items. I wore these everywhere. I couldn't wear them to school because they're really weird about, you know, fire drills and everything, even though we hardly ever have fire drills. They're very comfortable. They were tall enough to where I was like, when I was like new to platform, they were tall enough to be like fashion, like make me feel good in my outfit and everything, but weren't too tall to where I was like tripping everywhere and I had trouble walking up steps and just little things like that. Also, on side note of PVC, I have this Rue 21 PVC trench coat. I really love this jacket, and it has a belt, but I don't really wear it, and it smells so good, and it has buttons and everything. I love this jacket just because it is PVC, of course. It's a trench coat though. It's really good in the winter time. Goes with anything, and my grandma bought it for me. You know, when she started getting used to my look and everything, I asked her for a patent leather trench coat, and she found one for me. When did you start makeup? So I started wearing like basic, like smudged out, like emo boy eyeliner in, I would say, freshman year, and then I drew a big like inner corner wing and like did my own little thing. I'll insert some pictures here or something. I started freshman year mostly getting into goth. That's when I really just experimented. It was before I found out about Deathrock. I thought I was just a goth, you know. I was asking people to take pictures of me so I could post them, and what made you look into the alt subculture? New metal. I found out about Korn in the 7th grade, but I had also already kind of known about them a little bit. I'd known a lot about Marilyn Manson, who I do not support, but my mom used to be a big fan of him, and she would play him, some other bands. I knew about Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit because it's just a well-known song for people who really like rock and everything. When I found out about Korn and Slipknot, they were like kind of different from those things. I found out about like mall goth, and then found out about goth eventually. How do you dye your hair? I actually just use dollar store box dye right now, just because I'm not allowed to go to Sally's, and if I get money, I go to the dollar store and I buy some box hair dye. I'm usually just using black or semi-permanent red, is because that's all they had, and it's the closest store to me that has hair dye. And the inspirations would probably just come from like different types of like alternative hairstyles, you know, like you'll see pictures on TikTok or something of like girls like dyeing half their head blue and pink and stuff. I found this hairstyle from 666 Riot Boy. His hair is all red, and then he has this little patch of black, so I thought I don't want to dye my hair red because that's a lot of box bleach, and that kind of ruins your hair, like fries it, and it doesn't lift that well. So I just used a little bit of bleach and just dyed this, well, bleached this, and then I got some semi-permanent Kiss is what it's called, Kiss semi-permanent red in shade Crimson, I think. Favorite bugs? I'm not a big fan of bugs, like to an extent, You know, I don't really like tarantulas. Like, I'm not a big fan of centipedes. Like, I wouldn't like hold bugs, and I don't want to like have a bug for a pet. I think bugs are really extraordinary though. I really like butterflies. As a kid, I really liked snails and roly-polies. I like dragonflies, and I like moths, like big Luna moths and stuff. And I like some spiders. I mean, spiders kind of freak me out, but I like some spiders. Like, I like really fluffy spiders. I think they're really cool. And beetles, my girlfriend really likes the rhino beetles. The ones with like the big like antenna looking things and the colored ones and stuff. I think those are really cool. What's like the most like school trouble you've been in with your look? The most like school trouble I've been in is just being sent to the office because my makeup was too intricate, or my makeup was like just too much, and they were constantly telling me like almost every day or anytime I would dress up that I needed to tone down my makeup, that my foundation didn't match my face and that wasn't allowed. My eyeliner was too big, like it was too black. The little things that I have on my mouth, like I wouldn't even do that. I would just add little spikes on my mouth, and they would tell me that I'm not allowed to do that either. But like minimal, like trad goth makeup I can do. But I have been like sent to ISS because of my boots. I was wearing my Camel 115s, and they said that the platform was too high and that I needed to change my shoe, and I wasn't able to that day, so I was just thrown in ISS. They told me one time no satanic jewelry because I have a inverted pentagram on my necklace. Oh, also no chokers, no spiky chokers. That my necklaces were too loud. When I was walking down the hallway, it sounded like I had change in my pocket. And one time I was being harassed by these like redneck country bumpkin dudes that were skinny as hell. They were yelling at me, calling me kids and all types of other stuff. And they knew it was bothering me, and they kept fucking doing it. And then whenever I got dress coded one time, I was like, okay, well, if you're gonna sit here and bash me about my look, can you at least take care of these boys that keep fucking bothering me? And he was like, okay, what are their names? I don't think he ever got back to them. I mean, they left me alone a little bit later, but I don't think he really gave a shit. Just because I have this look, I'm asking for it, and people just really think that goths and like alternative people overall, like under any umbrella of the alternative culture, just want attention and just want validation from others, and they're doing it for like a theatrical performance, and they want someone to say something, they want somebody to critique it, or they want you to think that they're hiding away from the world. I want to tell you that all the alternative people, including me, that I have met in my lifetime, do not want you to come up to them and ask them every time you see them how long it took for them to do their makeup. Or, I wish I was goth, but it's so expensive. Or, yeah, I listen to Lil Peep and Billie Eilish. Is that goth? People come up to me all the time. How long did it take you to do your makeup? And I'm always nice to anybody, but if you just automatically assume that I'm just dressing up or this is just face paint, I mean, I am dressed up, but I'm not dressed up for Halloween, okay? Halloween passed like 2 months ago. Why are you still dressed up in your Halloween costume? The world is too big to not just express yourself and be confident. If you are living your life bored as crap because you don't want people to come up to you and say or do all of these things that all these other people talk about they've experienced as an alternative person, then you're really just missing out, right? You'll always get pushed around for anything that you do, okay? They're not used to seeing me. They're not used to seeing anything other than drag. And some people don't even like drag. Some people can't even stand RuPaul drag. And that's like glitz and glamour. There's gonna be things that are going to cross roads with you that you don't like or you don't want to experience. But have fun and be yourself. You're gonna get in trouble. You're gonna break rules. You're gonna shock people. You know, an old lady across the street might have a heart attack because your face is right.
Into temptation, but deliver us.
Who gives a crap? You're having fun and you're living your life. And that's all that should matter. But anyways, that was just for like young goths that are afraid to do what I do. It's okay. You will survive. The last question is, do I have any fixations right now? What are my big fixations? Tall shoes, platform heels, platform shoes with no heel. I'm really into PVC, as you can tell. Really into virusy looking makeup. My makeup right now is inspired by like a virus, kind of like spread out in your face and everything. I'm fixated on Salvia's music and her music videos. Very inspired by like runway, like alternative runway looks.
Okay, cool. So how do I sort it out?
Peaks creativity and just carelessness and just it's beautiful. For a little bit before I finished the show, I was really obsessed with the show on Hulu, What We Do in the Shadows.
Sure. This is pretty macabre. Smell. Hey, I got the rose.
I have the power of 1,000 cowboys running through my veins right now.
It's called transformation.
Pretty good. Hey! I would like you to tell me more about this product.
That's Shrek.
Great.
Hi, it's Nando here. And here.
I'm fixated on making a patch jacket like the one I have on now, but I want to make more. I want to make one for black metal and death metal. And this is my Deathrock one. I want to make 2 more, and then I want to make a vest as well. I'm fixated on dolls. I really want clown dolls. I really want jester dolls. Fixated on bones and oddities. My girlfriend does taxidermy, and her Etsy is Bloodshot Frames. Please go check her out. Her prices are really good, and she's a very talented artist. She takes very much pride in everything that she does, I promise you. Yeah, that's just basically about it. So we'll cut it off here. I am dying in this corset. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope that I didn't bore you too bad. And if there are any other questions, you can always DM me, direct message me at Instagram at corpsedecay. And I hope y'all are having a good day so far. Have many good days to come. Always be yourself, have fun, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you. Bye.